Good. The other thing to remember, and I'll do it when there's more people here, but I sent that email yesterday just to let everyone know, says suggested due dates, because I know all this is beyond a lot of people's capacities, is being able to have access to a keyboard all the time and being able to have access to internet that works and sending this stuff in and having all this new crazy stuff. So I want you to complete all that stuff, and it would be great if you completed it in the time that I requested. But if you need more time with certain things or you want to do stuff ahead of time, then that's fine too.
Yeah,
Totally.
I think spring break will help, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's next week, right?
Yep. Next week. So we have an extra. Let me close this window. We have an extra week to work on stuff and this new stuff. So I think that'll help. Okay. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I'm just going to set some stuff here up so we're all ready. Oh, why do I have to admit everyone? Didn't I start? Okay. Welcome everyone. We'll get started in a sec. Morning. Okay, I'm gonna start. Okay. Let me make sure I have my phone so I can take photos. What's this? Okay, I'm gonna take one more photo, then we'll get started. Message this to myself. There we go. Okay, guys, let's get started. I want to make sure everyone can get in without the waiting room. Okay, good. I've got a few of you already. Welcome, week whatever. Hope everyone's doing well and not going crazy in your house, or maybe you're enjoying it. I don't know. We're going to talk about some of this stuff. I posted videos yesterday. I didn't post any scale videos yet, so I'll post that one later and we'll talk about it here. But I posted videos yesterday with new pieces, and I didn't go really in depth with them. So I'd like review some of the stuff and look at some of the technique stuff. So the first thing I want to do today, you may notice that your pieces are kind of behind the scales you're working on. Like right now, you guys have worked on the F major scale and G major scale and stuff, and your pieces might have still been in C major. So right now, the next set of pieces are going to be in G major hand position and then F major hand position. And I'm throwing both of those hand positions at you because you've done those scales already, so it's familiar. So we're going to start with the G major hand position pieces first before any scale, which is on page 32 in your piano course book, page 32. I'm just going to throw up the first page, the warm-up page. So the pieces we're going to do will actually be on page 35, but I want to look at page 32 as a warm-up because there's so many good exercises in here. So let me see if it went through here. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Here's page 32. Let me put it here. Go away. There. Okay. Let me put it up the screen. Oh, my internet connection's unstable. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
You can?
It's
Okay.
choppy. It's choppy sometimes, but yes, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Good to know. Everything moves slowly in the morning. Let's go. Share. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Why is this so hard? That's what I wanted. Why can't I just do that? Here. It needs to be open. Okay, let's try that. Here. Okay. This is what I wanted to share. Okay, so this is page 32. And what we're just going to do right now is, okay, just this warm up. So finding the G hand position, let me move you a little closer. Okay, finding that G hand position should look like this. It should feel very comfortable with you. You know G. This is my left hand. And just to review those G chords, which we did a while ago, but we can review them. So 1, 4, 1, 5, 7, 1. And if you had a question about where those were, I think they're on page, I think it's page 34 too. So anytime you're in a new key, those chord progressions that we learned, we want to make sure that we know where we are with the left hand, because the likelihood is that we're going to have that in the left hand, at least for now in these pieces, and at least for the next little while. So knowing that chord progression. Also in G, we see that we have 1 sharp. The key signature is 1 sharp, and the sharp is F sharp. So if we have any Fs in the piece, I like to look ahead and circle them, okay? So for now, we're just doing warm up, which is exactly what it sounds like. If you look at the page of warm up, in the right hand, the first note, let me make sure I can see the chat. I can't see the chat right now, so. Okay, well, I'll just have to wait. Okay, so sometimes people text me when we're doing this and I can't see it. Okay. So the right hand, the first note in the warm-up is, what note is that?
G.
G, right? Yeah, exactly. So right here, this first note is G, okay? So we're in the G hand position. Now, if you look at the shape of the notes, it's going up and then down. Like literally just that shape. Left hand, that first note is all cows eat grass, G there. And same thing, going up and then down. They're not at the same time. The right hand goes first and the left hand has rests. And then the left hand goes second and the right hand has rests, okay? The rhythm, let's clap it. You can clap it with me. I don't have to hear you. I'm just gonna do it because I'm also recording this, remember? So this is almost like another course you can watch if you don't have good internet right now. We're gonna clap it together though. So if you have your mic off, that's fine. If you have it on, that's fine. Remember, we're in 4/4, which means 4 beats per measure, and a quarter note gets 1 of those beats. Here we have half notes. That means each of these notes is worth 2 beats. This is a dotted half note. What that means is it's worth 3 beats, and then we have a rest. So we're gonna just clap the rhythm of these first 4 measures. Let me erase some of these beautiful markings so that you can actually see. Okay, I'll give you 4 beats for nothing, and then we'll clap these 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, rest. Okay? If that made sense, great. If not, you can go back and watch this and practice it with that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this and then I'm going to play it. And you can play it with me. So I get my hands in G major hand position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, then I'm going to do left hand. I probably won't pause in between, but I'm pausing. Left hand starts on G, the G right below middle C. And it's a little bright for you, so I want to make sure you can see that. Okay. 1, 2, left hand, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Pretty straightforward, that warm up, but then now you know where your hands are going in G, okay? What I'd like to do is just, I want to sight read the first one, March, okay? So I didn't assign you March to learn because I think that's a little too easy for you guys at this point on page 33. So I think it's better to do it as a sight reading exercise. We'll do March together, and then I'll play Waltz, Promenade, and Bugles. So if you want to re-listen to this and you want to practice at home and sight read Waltz, Promenade, and Bugles at home, then you can check to see if you've done it right. Sight reading is the best. It makes you feel like an idiot sometimes because it's hard and you make a lot of mistakes. That means you're pushing yourself, but it's really good for your exercises and stuff like that, okay? So let's see. One thing to look at with March is what direction the hands are moving. I'm just gonna show you guys here. Okay, look at March here. The right hand starts it out, then the left hand goes. There's a bunch of stuff in the right hand. It looks like it goes up and then down, and then it goes up fast. And then similar rhythms in the left hand. In fact, let me just throw it up there for you guys so that you can see it. Do this. My technology skills are just so impressive. I know, yeah. I'm texting it to myself, which goes to my computer. I know there's a faster way, but my internet is the worst, so let's see if that works. Okay. What did I say? Here we go. Okay. Let me share this with you. I think it's this one. Yes, okay, so here's March. The first note is also G in March. The right hand goes, and then we've got quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, and then these are, oops, eighth notes, but I meant to do it like this. Eighth notes right here, and then half notes. So it's gonna go slow, 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 quick, 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 slow. Just a heads up there. Same rhythm in the left hand, slow, 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 quick, 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 slow. My right hand's pretty straightforward. Looks like I'm gonna start on G, walk up, and then walk down. A lot of walking. I don't see any skips. Then in my left hand, I have to figure out what note this is. Well, it says it's thumb 1 in the left hand, and it's a ledger line. What note is that in the left hand? It is a what? I can't see the chats, but it's a D. Okay, so it's a D above middle C, right above middle C. Then the next note this, we skip down. It goes from space to space. Then it's middle C right here, and then skip down. So that's a little tricky, that left hand there. I would maybe, before I sight read it, really check out that measure, this third measure here. Look at it for a second, see what the notes are. Maybe actually just like figure that out, even though it won't be sight reading, because I might mess it up if I don't just figure it out. Okay, so now I'm gonna sight read this march. Let's clap it first, so you guys can clap along. You can turn your sound on or you can keep it off, it's up to you. Let's do it, ready? Right hand first, 1, clapping, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, now I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna find my G hand position. I'll keep it up there because you can kind of see it. So. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Walking straight up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just going to play through waltz, promenade, and bugles so that if you want to sight read that, then you have the recording of me playing it, okay? So here's waltz, it's in 3/4. There's a pickup, which means there's some notes that start before 1. They start on 3. And left hand starts. Here's waltz. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's waltz. Let's try promenade. It's in 4/4. Right hand starts on the D above G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. 4. Next, the last one is bugles. Okay, I guess I can look here. 1, 2, right hand goes. 1, 2, sorry. 1, 2, bugles go. 1, 2, which we know. You know that from that sound, but that's a much faster version. Okay, so that's all for you to sight read on your own to practice, that kind of thing. We just did march together. Let me stop sharing that. Okay. Oh, good. Welcome, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions. I have the chat here. So the next thing, I played for you at sunset, I believe. I may have played Drink to Me Only. It was so long ago. But I played At Sunset, and then I played Thinking About You on page 37, which is a little more difficult. You've got a lot of black notes in there. It's a little different. So let's look at, let's start with the harder one. Let's start with Thinking About You on page 37, okay? One thing to look at, I thought I had all this stuff, all the photos taken here, but I don't. Let me see. Stuff for class today. Did I do that one? I might have to take the photo. No, bugles. Let's see. That's technique. Okay. Thinking About You. So a big thing to look at here is that you've got the same left hand. If you know the G hand position, then you know this is left hand. And in fact, in Thinking About You, you only have 2 chords, G and this C chord. So to practice the left hand, there's not much. You can just practice going between these 2 chords. Another thing that I like to do, let me get this music up there for you just a sec, is So on page 37, thinking about you here, let me share this with you now. Here. The left hand is only those two chords. So what I would do is just sight read the left hand. You've got here, it starts with a G chord, and then we've got more G chords, and then it doesn't change until the third measure there. And the first G chord is a whole note, so that's 4 beats, and then these are half notes. Okay, so there are only 2 beats each. Those are the only 2 rhythms we have. So let's just read through that left hand. I think that should be easy as long as we know the first 2 chords, G and C. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. Look, it says DS Alphine. That means go to the sign, which is here, and then go until you see the word fiend. So we're going back to this sign right here. Ready? Back to the sign, left hand. G, it's here. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the left hand. So I would definitely look at the left hand first because it should feel the easiest. Let me erase some of those things there. Okay, the right hand. The next thing I would do is look at some of the stuff like that note. It's got a flat next to it. So instead of being an every good boy B, it's a B flat. You go down a half step if you need to see a little closer. Instead of a B, just for that one note, it's B flat. Or just for that measure. So you've got a B there. You've also got another B here. That means that's also going to be a B flat because it's in the same measure. If you had a B in this measure somewhere, it would not be B flat. It would just be B natural. But since these are in the same measure, they're both B flat. So I'm going to circle them both. What else is unusual? Let's see. Do we have any more flats? Yes, we have that B flat again. And then look, right next to it is another B, so that's going to be flatted. So I'm going to circle that. Then no. Let's see, any more flats or sharps? Yes, we've got an E flat right here in the bottom line. Now look, right next to it is an E, but there's a natural symbol right before it. So that means it's just a regular E. So we're going to go from E flat to E natural, like that. And then another B flat here. Oops, I did a terrible job circling that. Eek. Let me do that a little better. Another B flat here. Sure, square. And then right after it is a, oops, why is that moving with me? Okay. Right after it is a B natural, right here. So finally, B flat, B natural. So those are my spots to look at, is that we've got B flats in a couple spots. Then in measure 7, we've got B flat, B flat. Then in measure 11, we've got E flat to E natural, and then B flat to B. Another thing about E flat is that's above the hand position. We have to reach there. So that's going to be a little tricky because of that. I mentioned that a little bit in the video, but it's just a little tricky in that spot. I would practice that. So if I were practicing this piece, I'd start on the last 2 measures in the score, that E flat to E natural, and just practice that. It says E flat 4, and then E natural 5, C G, B flat, B. Want to hear those two measures again? Again. That's a difficult part. I practice that, you know, a million times in a row if I need to. Section practice when you're working on a piece. One little bit by one little bit. What else? Let's see. Hold on. Let me stop the share for a sec. What questions does anyone have right now before I play the piece? I'm kind of going fast. I am recording this so that you can watch back later. But are there questions? You can send it in chat too.
I think I have one.
Yes.
So this piece is in F, correct?
This is in G. This piece
It
is
is in G, right?
Yeah.
At Unit 5, where it says F major 5-finger position. Is that page 30?
Yeah, that is a little confusing, isn't it? That Unit 5 really starts on page 38. So my internet's slowing down.
Okay, it just threw me off because it said F major on top, but then we're doing G stuff up below it. So
Right. It's very confusing. Yeah. So I don't know why. Whoops.
Because even on the next page, that one says also F major, but it's probably F major.
Yes, that one actually is F
fine.
major. That's really weird.
I was reading G, but I was like, that makes no sense. Okay, cool. I'm good. I just want to make sure that was the right thing.
That's their bad. I don't know why it says 5-finger F major, and then you see a G major piece. Yes. So
yes. Okay.
Yes. And then Jacob, you're asking. You were talking about playing a B flat in G major. Yes. So that B flat in measure 3 of Thinking About You, page 37, and measure. Here, I'll throw it up there again. Hold on. This. So that B flat right here. It's out of the key signature. It's just, you know, sometimes pieces have notes that don't fit in the key signature. That's what's happening here. You've got a B flat a few times, and it tells you when you do. You see that flat there? Tells you. And then if you have another B in the measure, it's flatted again. So yeah, it's just a few notes are out of the key signature. What's happening here? That blues again. It's that B flat to B natural. So a bluesy scale like that can be in G major, but have B flat here and there. It's okay. It's just a little bit of a sound. I don't know why my Zoom is telling me I'm going to run out of time. Just give me a second. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's do that. Pardon me for one sec. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Let's pause for 2 minutes, guys, because apparently I need to upgrade my Zoom. This. Okay. I'm just about to play Thinking About You, so just check it out for a sec. This can't be possible. Okay. Continue. Okay. Think of any questions you have and ask away. Okay. Of course. Okay. Here we go. Back to it. Go away. Okay, fix it. Let me play the piece for you now. Thinking About You. Again, I have this in a video under like the video lesson section, the module. but I just wanted to go over a little more. And remember that I'm going to play through the whole piece and then go to the sign and then end there. So it's going to sound a little bluesy. My left hand's just going to be this. Okay? If you couldn't hear that very well, again, just check out the video in Canvas. It should be there. And in fact, yeah, check out the video in Canvas. It should be there under the video section. So that's all G major stuff. That's the most important thing about the G major stuff. I want to move on to the F major stuff and then some other stuff. But right now, are there any questions? Okay, I just want to reiterate for those of you that were here in the very beginning, a reminder, yeah, we had the piano quiz due today, but like I said in the email yesterday, these are suggested due dates at this point because stuff is so crazy right now with online school, and I'm sure all of you have different schedules now. Maybe some of you are trying to work and do something, but keep in mind the due dates, I won't mark off if you hand something in late. These are suggested due dates so that you can go forward in class and be at the appropriate point in class so that you can follow along with me. But if you're feeling behind and you can't hand something in, I'm not going to give you points off if you hand it in a week late or whatever. Just hand it in when you can. We won't have class next week because of spring break, so that might give you time to catch up. I'll still be available. I'm still here, so if you have questions, you can email me, send me videos, but maybe that'll help you catch up a little bit. So do the best you can. Before I go on to the F hand position, you might also have questions about the stuff that was due today, so if you have any questions about those pieces, you can ask me that too, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go on. If I see anything in the chat show up though, I will stop and check it out. So we're gonna go on to page, here. The next page, page 38 and 39, that kind of thing. So what I played for you in the video, the F major hand position, I played Evening Song on page 41. I'll write this down, page 41. And I played All Through the Night and Michael Row the Boat Ashore on page 43, okay? Those are the important ones. The other stuff is just warm-ups and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do the whole thing I did with G major, but I'll do a quick F major warm-up. So that chord progression. Everybody's favorite chord progression on page 40. Chord progression, oops, on page 40. It's the same thing except in F now. Now in F major we have that B flat. So getting used to that. You can also do that in the right hand if you want. Just to get your hands ready, okay? Next, Evening Song that I played in the video. Again, looking at the left hand in Evening Song and the left hand in Michael Row the Boat Ashore in 43, it's just chords. So since I know those three chords really well, sorry, I'm getting dark. Since I know those three chords really well, I might just try and sight read through that left hand right away. So you might want to start doing that with left hands in these pieces, is sight reading through them right away and see if you can do it. I'm going to do that. So let me throw it up there because none of these pictures. Here it is, Evening Song. The left hand, all the chords are one rhythm. Sorry if you guys can't hear me. Hopefully the video, the recording will be better. All the chords are one rhythm. They're whole notes, so you hold them for 4 beats. We've got the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, right within the first 3 measures. So I'm just gonna play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. Good. Now, as I look at the right hand, there's a lot of half notes, which is these ones. They're 2 beats each, followed by quarter notes. Okay? So what I want to do, which is 1 beat each, is clap these. Let's clap the rhythm. Right here, we've got a dotted half note, which is worth 3 beats, and a quarter rest, which is worth 1 beat. Let's try it. Let me stop circling them. I just like circling. Let's clap. You can have your mic on or off. It's up to you. Right hand rhythm clapping. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? If that's confusing to you, go back and listen to this recording. You can watch me do it many times. Okay, let's try it. Evening Song. I'm going to stop sharing it so you can see me a little bit clearer. Okay. I don't like that I'm there. Oops. My internet is terrible today. I'm assuming you guys can't hear me. Oh. What? My internet is freezing on me to type anything. Oh boy. Hear me. My internet's not working. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Well, I hear a little bit of response. Or is it too? It's choppy. Okay. Let me wait a little bit longer. Is it any better now? Is it better now? It feels like it's getting better now. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. That was a nice break. So let's play. We clapped the rhythm of Evening Song. Let's play Evening Song. Again, you have a video of this in your video section, but let me play it for you. pretty straightforward there, nothing crazy. When we look at pieces like All Through the Night and Michael Row the Boat Ashore, that's on page 42, there's like the dotted rhythm section. Dotted rhythms can feel a little confusing. Let me make sure I don't have any students emailing me that they can't get into class. That's my only worry. No, okay. Making sure. No messages. Dotted rhythms, the thing to remember about dotted rhythms, and then we start to get a little bit into like fractions here, is that basically when you add a dot to a note, it adds half of what that value is on top of it, okay? So adding a dot to a note adds half of the note's value in addition to the original value. So quarter note is equal to 1 beat in 4/4. A dotted quarter note is equal to 1.5 beats because it's worth 1 beat plus half of what it's worth, 0.5 equals 1.5. So if we think of it this way, a half note is worth 2 beats in 4/4. 2 beats in 4/4. So if we have a dotted half note, then that's 2 beats plus, what's half of 2 beats? 1 beat, right? That's half of 2 beats. That equals 2 beats plus 1 beat equals 3 beats. So that's how it works. It might also still be like in your brain, what? But it's a little confusing. But we're just gonna go with it and look at it in music right now, okay? So if you read the dotted rhythm in page 42, you've got a lot of dotted quarter notes, which are worth 1.5 beats. And then you've got them right after a dotted quarter note, you've got an eighth note, which is worth a half beat, which you usually see them together, dotted quarter notes with eighth notes, because you've got 1.5 plus half, it's 2 beats, it's kind of a solid thing. So let's look at that page, All Through the Night. I think I sent it to myself, finally. Let's check it out. Ding, ding, ding. If I didn't, let me just do it again. I didn't do any of these, so.
While you're doing that, so a dotted quarter note is like 1 and, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
1 and 2, actually. 1 and 2, because it's
But
worth.
you don't say the 2, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'll show you. Let's send it to here. Here we go. Here we are. So we're looking here at All Through the Night. Let me share with you. Okay, there's All Through the Night. We've got, and Michael Row the Boat Ashore. We've got, oh great, the sound. Dotted quarter. So dotted quarter and an eighth note here. Let me stretch it a little further. Right there, dotted quarter and an eighth note. What that's gonna look like is, oops, let me do this. Okay. Dotted quarter is 1 and 2. And then the eighth note is just and. And then these two notes are 3 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. Of course. I'm trying here.
Mm.
There. Okay. Make sure that's underneath that. So, same thing here. Make sure that is there. Better. Okay. So the dotted quarter is worth more than just 1 and 2 and or whatever. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and long, short, long, long. So that first rhythm, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. So really, without getting too intellectual about it or too mathematical about it, the way I think of dotted quarter notes, it's like long followed by an eighth note, which is short. Long, short, quarter, quarter. Long, short, quarter, quarter. I know that's a little bit overly simplifying. That's the best thing, I think, for reading it. So if I'm going to read that whole first melody, let me share it again. Here it is. Listen to that melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and long, short, longs. Same with Michael Row the Boat Ashore. The next piece here, you've got these dotted quarters with eights there, and then here, and that's it. So I might even look at the words to help me with the rhythm. Michael row the boat ashore. Row the boat. Long, short, long. So let me play that rhythm, the melody. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So you're really looking at these long, short, long rhythms there, okay? If it's not perfect, it's okay. Listen to the recording of me playing it, and if it sounds like that, then you've done it right. If something sounds wrong, then you haven't done it right. I'll play them quick right now, okay? Here's All Through the Night. So left hand is the first time we don't have chords, we have single notes, which might be easier or it might be harder. Okay, some of you may already know that melody. I love that melody. I think it's so pretty. Here's Michael Row the Boat Ashore. Excuse me. And you got repeat, so you do it again. I'm sorry to freeze up again. I can see it.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you stopped for a while. You were frozen.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I put that. Anytime I start to feel like I'm freezing again, I'll just put it up in chat. I'm freezing. So just give me a sec.
Yeah.
But
Oh, good.
yeah, the last thing I want to do before I get some announcements and stuff is scale, D major scale. Okay. But before we do the D major scale, what questions do you guys have about the pieces that I went over today? Again, All Through the Night, Michael Row the Boat Ashore, Then on page 41, evening song. Then on page 37, in G hand position, thinking about you. And at sunset on page 35, I believe. Those are all pieces that I've played for you and included in your video section. So you can listen to them as many times as you want. I talk a little bit about it, but it's mainly just me playing through stuff. Questions that you have about pieces? Okay, let me play the D major scale. So D major scale, we did G major we actually did F major, but we're gonna go to D major. D major scale has two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. So now, anytime you play an F or a C, it's gonna be sharped. Same fingers as C major and G major, nothing's different. It's not like F major was. So just check it out. I'll post a video of this later so you can see it better. I just want to show you now. Something to keep in mind is that so you make sure that your hands go up to the sharps, because sometimes as you start to have more sharps, getting up there, bring your hands up a little bit. Instead of starting here, bring them up on the piano so that your finger's right there. Up. Instead of reaching for it. The left hand will be the same as any scale, but you have F and C sharp. Keep my hand up. I just figured I'd play those chords for you, even though we haven't learned them, because every major scale has those chords. If you couldn't see that well, if your internet's being weird, I will post the video so you can see it much better. I just wanted to introduce you to D major. Yeah, Rox, I saw that. So if you can't see me, I'll post a video. It'll be in the video. But D major. Obviously, I don't want you to do hands together yet, but I just wanted to play it for you. So that we have that F sharp and that C sharp. The hardest thing about D major, it's not the fingers, it's the same as before. It's remembering that we have F sharp and C sharp, especially when we eventually move on to 2 octaves. Remembering that you still have to do F sharp and C sharp both those times. That's the main thing I'll tell you about D major, F sharp and C sharp. As always with scales, go slowly, hands separate. Maybe do it in sections. If it's too difficult to do it all at once, slowly and stop there and then come back down. So just whatever you can get your hands to familiarize yourself with, okay? What else? What questions do we have? Questions?
I have a question for me. How I can send my videos? I can send.
So you should send them on the assignment, submit it in the assignment. Was it not working that way?
Assignment, letter?
Yeah, in Canvas, when you go to the assignment, let me see if I can share. Let me see if I can share the screen with you. Hold on a second. I know I can. 1 sec. Let me get it for you. 1 second. We'll do that together. Okay, where is my screen? Here. Okay, so let's see if this works. Google Chrome, yes. Okay. Okay, do you see this page here, your class page? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now you see,
Yes.
you've got basic info, all that stuff, video lessons. This is all the lessons I was talking about. For example, G hand position pieces that we did today, F hand position. Now homework, piano quiz for 410 for today, which is, again, it's due today, but if you hand it in late, I don't mind at all. Okay, so what you want to do is, I want to do student view. Sorry, this is on teacher view.
Ok,
Yes, for you. One second.
ok. Ah, merci. Oui, ça.
Here we go. Where's my, here we go. Student view.
E là, cosa?
Okay. Let me go here. Now, here I am in the assignment, and it says right here, submit assignment. So I click on this, submit, and I can do choose a file. So I can choose, you know, a video file. I'm going to choose a picture because I don't have a video file. There, I'm going to choose a picture. I've got it there. Now I say I have a bunch of files. Add another file. So let me choose here. I'm going to choose another picture, but it would be a video for you. Then add another file. Let me choose there. Okay, let's say I've got 3 videos to send. I know these are pictures, but I just can't find videos right now. Then I'd say, here are my videos. Let me know if you need anything else. Okay, then I click submit assignment and it should go through. If that's too hard, I can also do a website. Like some people like to do it on YouTube. Like I do my videos on YouTube. So I just copy and paste the YouTube URL or media. You can record or upload media this way if it's on your Google Drive, that kind of thing. But it's up to you. Just do file upload here and then click submit the assignment. Okay?
Cool.
That makes sense? It's a little tricky sometimes.
Very hard, very hard.
But it's, yeah, right, of course. It's new, right? And it's difficult when you're not, when you've never done it before. So I understand. That's why, however you need to do it, if you guys need some time, extra time, take the extra time. But Piano Ones, just know that we went over all the new stuff. It should all be posted there in your video, the video section here. Here, let me share the screen, hold on. Okay, here, let me get out of this, one sec. So I'm on student view, so let me do, so when you go to your Canvas, everything we talked about in class today will be under here, video lessons. And it's these videos here, what we talked about, G major hand position pieces. And then I will also in here post class today so that you can watch the video. I'll post it onto YouTube, a video of class today. And you can watch it there, you can rewatch it. Sorry, my internet's so slow that this doesn't show up. There we go. Okay, let's see. It should show up. It's a video. Here we go. And then you'll click on the videos. Oh my gosh, come on, internet. Here we go. These are my videos. So you can click on them, you can watch them again, you can watch this video again, you can send messages through here, you can submit everything through here, okay?
So we can send our video that way, yeah?
Yeah, through the assignment. Yep, through the piano quiz. Yes, exactly. Exactly. However you want. It's hard to do this through the phone app, so I'll have to do it through Google Drive. Okay, that's totally fine. Yeah, I know it's hard. If you're doing it just on your phone, it's a little trickier than on the computer. It's possible, but it's just, there's a few, it's a little bit different. So I know that that's a little trickier. I know this is hard. This is hard.
And what we have to send? What
So the assignment is there. Let me show you again, right here. It's right there. You go to the course here.
Pages, okay.
Yeah. Then under homework, piano quiz for 410.
Okay.
There. And then you just click on it and it'll tell you what's on there. Please submit F major scale 1 octave hand separate. G major scale 2 octaves hand separate. 1 piece from pages 24 through 27 in the piano book. 1 piece from page 30 in the piano book. So that's what you will submit. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't send until now, so I have to send only this or another 2?
No, send this. Send this. This is fine. Send these.
Okay.
And again, it doesn't, the due dates are soft because I know everyone's struggling with this. These due dates are just suggested. So if you send it this week, that's fine. If you want to submit your homework, this homework, you want to submit it next week because you're behind, that's okay too.
Okay,
I
thank
just
you.
want to make sure we're all around the same section. If you have questions, you can let me know, but submit it. You want to be on the same path as us, then, work on that. We've got other videos that we're working on. We don't have class next week. No class at spring break. So we've got time to let this stuff sink in a little bit. Okay? Other questions? Okay, so piano ones, you guys can sign off or you can put your phones on mute. You can put the video and microphone on mute for an hour because at 11 o'clock you can come back and you can ask questions on chat. Piano twos, I'm going to start teaching you. So a lot of you, we've got a lot of piano twos here. So piano ones, sign off or just go on silent. You can ask questions throughout class. Piano two, I'm going to start class. Okay?
Okay, thank you. So we have to come back 11 o'clock or not?
If you have questions, you can come back.
Okay.
I'll be here. So if you want to, you can come back, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very
You're welcome. Okay, piano twos. It's time to shift over. So if you're a piano one, turn your ears off. Piano twos, we've got you here. Good. I see you. Excellent.
Professor.
Thank you very much.
Hi guys. Hi George. I heard you. Excellent, George. Okay, I'm going to give it another minute.
Professor.
Yes.
It's Brandon.
Hey Brandon.
On the quiz, it says page 30. Do we choose one of them from the page 30?
Let me see.
Like steal away and.
Let me see for you. One sec. Let me go to. One sec. Says 1 piece from your Bastian piano book on pages 30 through 31. So just any piece on page 30 to 31.
All right.
You choose one. Yeah. And then Arabia. Yeah, exactly. Other questions right now? Good question.
Can you do like maybe those videos for Arab? What is it? Arabica?
Yes. So Arabia, just
Arabia. Sorry.
Let me share screen with you guys. Let me share this. Okay. Can you guys all see my canvas?
Yeah.
Okay. So just a heads up, just a reminder. Let me do it in student view so that you can see. Hold on. Okay. Student view. So if you have questions about stuff or like, okay, so we technically had stuff, and I've said this a lot, but like we're now starting piano 2. We had stuff due this morning, right? But I sent that email out yesterday for a reason. That stuff does not have to be done on time. The due dates are soft. They're suggested due dates. because stuff is crazy right now and your schedules are probably totally different. You either have a lot of time or you're stressed out about money. You're trying to work, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do everything totally different. So do what you can and get the work done, but it doesn't have to be done exactly at this time. So if you're struggling handing in your assignment, your quiz this morning, that's okay. It's not going to be late if you hand it in next week. I would suggest doing stuff as soon as you can so that you're with the class at the same time. But if something's behind or something's ahead, that's okay. I'm not going to count off for that as long as we get it done in the semester. So, okay, so here you are, Piano 2, in your Canvas, okay? And every week on Video Lessons, I post all the videos that we go over. And so you can watch them. For example, you wanted to hear Arabia, then you just click on Arabia. Here's a video. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but hi everyone. This is me playing Arabia. Whoops, you can watch more videos there too.
It's here, here. So you play
That's
the
me describing Arabia and playing it,
F.
okay? So if you want to hear it, you can listen to it there in the video. I'm only saying that so that you can see that. All the videos are there. Last week's class, video of class, click on that and you've got the whole last week of class and me probably playing Arabia again and describing it again, clicking on it there.
All right.
Does
Awesome.
that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Good, good, good. And then that's where the piano quiz is. So when you go to piano quiz there, you just click on it and then you can submit assignment by clicking on assignment. And then you can add the files here. Choose file, add another file, and you keep adding files. So then you can submit the assignment. You can have like 5 files, submit the assignment, or you can do it through media. So that's what I would suggest. Again, I know it's not so straightforward for everyone. But if you have any questions or if you want to hear me do something again, remember, I'm recording this class right now too. So I will post this later, the whole class. I'll post it'll include the Piano 1 class in the beginning and then Piano 2 class. And then you can rewatch it. If I go a little too fast with stuff today, know that you can rewatch and rewind and do it many times. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Louis, did you raise your hand? Okay.
Yeah,
Louis, do you have a
okay.
question? Yeah.
Quick question. Is there a way to verify that you received the homework? So I submitted everything. I learned the new song. I did not, sometimes I just look at one thing and go from there.
Yeah, totally.
So I was hoping that you received them. I did it this morning. My problem last time was I wasn't patient enough on my phone when I was doing the file thing that we learned last week.
Okay.
That was what happened.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, good to
So
know then.
I gave it some time and then it said submitted, but I just wanted to make sure that it was submitted because I'm kind of paranoid that way.
You know what? I saw a message from you, so I got the message. And if it says, okay, and I think, you know, so I'll check. I haven't checked the assignment.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But I will check, like, that's what's helpful when you guys submit the assignment. If you say, like, you know, here's everything, and if I don't get everything, then I'll say, hey, I didn't get everything.
Okay.
And I'll usually, like, if I don't have all the videos, I'll send someone a message and be like, oh, I'm missing this video. Just send me this extra video or do the extra video and I'll give you full credit. So
Cool.
if something's missing, again, that's why it's a soft deadline here with everything because of all this technological stuff.
Yeah.
If something's missing, I'll let you know and I'll be like, you only submitted the scale to me or something.
Yeah. I sent 3 videos. It all should be there.
Great. Okay. Okay. Good to know. I'll keep that in
Thank you.
mind. Yeah. Great. I'm glad that you got it figured out. Okay, good. Any other questions, guys?
Miss Penada, good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning.
Yesterday I prepared my quiz. There were 5 videos, okay?
Yes.
The first one I could submit on your page, but
Right.
the 4 others I couldn't,
Okay.
so I had to email you.
Yes, I got that. Thank you. Yes.
Is
I
that
got-
okay, or I try again?
No, that's totally fine too. Yeah, so if you want to send me a message in my Canvas, like what you did, you emailed me in Canvas with the attachments, that's totally fine. Yeah.
All right, fine.
However
Thank you
you
so
want to get
much.
them to me within Canvas is fine because it's
All
confusing.
right. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Other questions, guys, about submitting or even about the assignment or anything right now? Okay. And you can always do, like, you know, if your speaker isn't working well, just do a chat and say hi and then send a message there, okay? And just a heads up, my internet freezes. It seems like every 15 minutes or so, it just goes nuts. And so if I freeze for a bit, I usually can tell. And I'll usually type something and be like, I'm freezing. And I don't mean that I'm cold. Okay, too bad. And so just bear with me for like a minute or two. It's the fun part about telecommuting. So, okay, here we go. Let's do some new stuff, okay? So just a reminder, we don't have class next week. It's spring break. So that means if you feel like you're behind or you want to work on something, you can work on it next week. I'm still here, so you can send me messages. I'm not going anywhere for spring break. So let's look at the new stuff. I posted some new videos. Let me just show you. And then I'll show you, and then we'll go a little more in depth and talk about some new stuff today. So let me share the screen again. Okay, so here. The new videos that I posted are the triad pieces, lively dance and song. So lively dance and song we're gonna look at. The triad pieces we're gonna look at, and we're gonna do some sight reading that you can either do now or you can do later using this video, okay? Let me stop this share. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is the, do I want to do that? What did I want to do first? I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Where did I put it? One sec. Piano 2. Yes, let's do lively dance on page 25 in the Olson 3A book. So in this red book, I think I even have it here. I'll share it with you. Lively dance, and there's 2 pieces on this page. Okay. Let's share. One sec. Stuff for class today. Ding, 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 ding. There. Share. Here's lively dance and song. Kavalevsky is a beautiful composer. I played these in a video for you guys. So just so you know, there's a better video of it. Second of all, I can't see the chat questions. So if I'm sharing the screen right now, I can't see your chat. I'm sure I could figure out how to do it. Okay. So if you have a question, just wait till I'm done sharing, or just put it up in chat and know that I won't have it. Okay, lively dance is very different from song. Lively dance has all staccatos, and your other piece in your piano book this week, your pieces in your piano book are a lot of staccatos as well. So we're gonna look at sight reading some staccato stuff because we're doing so much of it. So lively dance is in F major. We've got 1 flat. Let me do this. I don't know what that is. Ooh, go away. Go away. Why can't I move it? There. Okay. We've got 1 flat, F major. Which we did last week, which is a little unusual, right? We've got a lot of interesting chords in the left hand. And then I'm looking also at dynamics. We've got forte, then piano, then forte, then piano, and then it ends forte. That's a lot going on. We've got a lot of rests in the left hand, here, that kind of thing. So, and then every note except for the last note of the piece is staccato. So it's really going to be bright. You can still do staccato and you can play piano. It's hard, Because we're so used to. But playing lightly and staccato, piano and staccato, is actually very exciting. The other thing I would look at for sure is right here. This is hard to see. This chord. Do you see that little natural symbol right there? In that chord that I circled here?
Yeah.
It's a B natural. It's really hard to see. You'd have to zoom in on it. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go.
Sorry.
Do you see that? Okay.
And next to it, there's another natural. Do you play natural as well next to it?
Next to what? Sorry, say that one more time.
It, you know how there's the other symbol, the natural, next to it? The
Yes.
other one that you have circled?
Yes, so there's a natural, exactly. That's why I'm choosing this chord, because we've got this natural symbol in there, right? So because we've got that chord, oops. All right. Let me just move us over a little bit. We've got this chord. It's almost the same up here, but there's no natural symbol. So this is a different chord. Up here is a different chord. But now we've got a natural symbol. So it's a very different chord. So I'm circling it to let you notice that. What note is natural? It's hard to see. That's why I'm zooming in. What note is natural? What note is that? The natural
B.
B.
B, right. Because we usually have B flat in F major. Every B is flatted in F major. So here we've got a B flat, a B natural, just for that measure. And then in the next measure, we repeat that chord again, B natural, B natural. Would you mind right here? You've got, I'm freezing. It's freezing. Just give it a second. 1 second. Just give me 1 second, because I know, lay it out. Okay. I'm gonna wait a little longer, because I can't tell if you guys can hear me. I know my internet connection is unstable. Okay. Let's see what the message is. Okay, going. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
That I was talking about.
Okay.
The
That's better now.
mention.
Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Just making sure we've got everything going well here. Okay. Can everyone hear me? Good.
Yes.
Yes.
See, we made it through that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that B natural, yeah, that's a good question, George. You know, it's tough to think about like what harmonically is happening there, because it's a G7. Yeah, I guess you could think of it as Lydian. There's a number of things. I could get into it, but I won't right now. But it's a nice color, that B natural there. So just keep in mind that that you've got it again here, that B natural, and you've got it again here because it's in the same measure. This B is also B natural, because if you have that natural or flat or sharp symbol in the same measure, then it stays the same, okay? And then later on, we don't have it again, okay? So if I were to play just the left hand, this is what it would sound like. So here's my F major. Here's the first chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Next chord. 1, and that has the B flat in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now here's the B natural. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then F major, 2, 3, 4. C major, 3, 1, 2, 4. And that last note is the one that's held down, okay? So I would definitely circle what I circled there. Circle the B natural. Don't play the same chord in measure. This chord is not the same as this chord. Don't play this twice when you've got a big moment. Also, one thing to remember is measure 7, it's piano. Oh boy, my internet's going again. Yeah, it's piano there. So, I know, I'm probably freezing. There's a sec. Wait a sec. Give me a second here. There we go. Okay. I know it's frozen. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me yet. Can you hear me? We'll wait it out. As it starts to get better, we'll wait it out.
I think there.
There, see, it got better. We got through that one. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so let me play this piece because there's a lot of back and forth. So what I was trying to say about lively dance is check out the left hand, make sure you're playing that B natural because that makes a big difference. And make sure when you get to the B natural that you get really quiet. So it's a big moment. So when I'm practicing left hand, I'm going to practice with dynamics. Forte, 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 piano. Forte, piano. Forte. So really, really, really doing those dynamics. Next, we're going to look at staccatos. So let me just play this through with the dynamics and with everything. Here it is. Okay, so this piece is all about staccato, louds, softs, that kind of thing. Rest space. Before we go into the staccato warm-up exercise thingy, song is the opposite. It's andante, it's legato, smooth, it's kind of creamy and connected. I think in the recording I mess up a note because I can't see the music when I'm holding the phone, but I fix it though. A big thing about song is there's a B natural in measure 6. Let me just throw it up there really quick. We're not going to spend as much time on it, just a heads up. So song, there's a B natural in measure 6. That's unusual too. It's very beautiful. We're still in F major. Or are we in F major for song, or what key is it? We have one flat. What key is this?
Is it F?
What's the last note in both hands? I see a message. It is D.
D.
Exactly. D. Yep. So the last note of the piece is D in both hands. Do you think it's in F major? Probably not, right? What could it be instead of F major? What key also has one flat? Oh, Louis has his arm raised. Yes, hand raised. Hold on, I can't hear you, Louis. You're muted. Let me unmute you. I think you're.
That question, that was for a previous question. You've moved songs now.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. What question did you have for lively dance?
It's okay. We can continue with what you're talking about.
Are you sure? Okay. So song is in D minor. Remember, D minor and F major both have the same key signature. They're relative minor and major. They share the same key signature. So anytime you see one flat, it could either be F major or D minor. When you hear the piece, B natural. That sounds minor. Okay, it sounds very minor, sad. Doesn't sound like a major. Sorry, if you can't hear me. You're just killing me today. One sec. No, my internet connection is so okay. We'll see if this works. We're gonna keep talking, and you can hear me. That's great. Anyone can hear me? Come on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I heard.
I can't really hear you.
Okay, what about now? Better now?
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
Okay.
Yep.
This is rough. I did say D minor. Yes, the piece is in D minor. It has a very sad sound to it, so when I play it, it's very sad. Hopefully, in the recording of this class, you'll be able to hear that more. I do play it in the video online. So the big thing I want you to take away from that second piece is it's the polar opposite of the first piece. It's mezzo piano. There are crescendos in it, measure 5. That B natural in measure 6, that's a big moment. I would do forte there. I would build up to that. Then it stays big, and then the last measure, you decrescendo. Most classical pieces of this era, you usually slow down just a tiny bit at the end. So instead of over, slow down a little bit. Just give it a second to land so the piece feels like it's over. Okay? Those are my big things with song. I didn't have too much to say with that. But what I do want to do is a little more staccato. So let's look at the piano book. Wait, is that what I want? I wrote it down here. The piano book, page. Let's look at page 34. Okay. So it's these triads here on page 34, the march and the passing parade and all that stuff. We've got every note is staccato almost. So the big thing I want to look at here is, we talked about this in the last piece, but playing staccato piano, so quietly. So here's an exercise that I like to do. I know I always talk about this with pieces, but we usually want the right hand to be louder and the left hand to be quieter. So what we can do is take the C hand position, like this. Just C major, because this piece is in C major. And just practice, and you guys can try this too if you want while you're doing it, or you can look back and do it later. But staccato up 5 notes, and then down. Now, the way that I do staccato is, how can I show you this? I'll show it to you on the back of my phone here, okay? Cats, okay. So it's, instead of up and down like this, what I'm really doing in slow motion is pulling, it's like dusting off my phone. Like I've got a piece of food and I'm trying to get it off. It's like, come here, like that. Yeah. So when I do that, you can even hear the sound. I do it slowly. That. When I play that on the piano, instead of up and down, it's a brighter, quicker sound. Look at my hand. It's going from here back here, like that. I'm dusting off the piano when I play. Let me get closer. Let's see. What's nice about that staccato too is instead of this, I can be quieter or I can control the volume a lot better. So if I practice this, that kind of thing, practicing just C up and down hand position like that, it really helps with my staccatos and the control of my staccatos. The next step of that I would say is right hand louder than left. So the way I do that, because to do right hand louder than left hand in any piece, it's a little bit of like doing this thing, you know? So I do right hand ahead of left hand. So I'll do loud, soft. And then right, left. Because sometimes to do right louder than left, that's a coordination thing that's really difficult. So if you try and play right now, you have your piano in front of you and you're trying to make your right hand way louder than your left hand at the same time and you can't do it, that's because it takes some practice. So my way of doing it is to make sure your right hand's ahead. Loud, soft, 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 loud, soft. My left hand is barely moving. My right hand is very loud. Uh-oh, my internet's unstable. Be prepared. I'm starting to freeze again. Okay. Can you hear me? I think you guys can still hear me. I feel that you can still, yes, okay, good. Then the next thing I would do, loud, soft, is make them closer together. So that you're still doing right first and then left, but they're closer, so it's harder to hear. Then when you feel ready, coordination-wise, try them at the same time. So eventually it will sound like this. You hear how quiet that left hand is? Instead of this. That's too loud. That left hand's too loud. So that right hand. So when I play a piece like March or the Passing Parade on page 35, I have the right hand much louder than my left hand. Listen again. Oops. Instead of this. That's too heavy. That's too much. I know it's a loud piece, but then that left hand is too crazy. So what I would do is keep that left hand light and right hand heavy. Okay. Let me, Passing Parade, one thing to look at there, I can't remember if I took a picture of this piece. Let me do this quick. One sec. Just gonna airdrop. Okay. Here's Passing Parade. I'm going to share it with you. Okay, one thing about passing parade on page 35 is this, which I talk about in the video, but just make sure you see it. 8 VA. See that? 8 VA. It's hard to see. There. 8 VA right under the left hand, and that stays 8 VA under that left hand there, and 8 VA. And you see the line goes all the way here, all the way to the end of the piece. 8 VA in this instance means you play that an octave lower than where it's written. So in left hand, if you were just reading that left hand without the 8 VA, this is where it would be. But since it says 8 VA underneath, you play it down here. So the remainder of the piece, the left hand's going to go really low. The reason you don't write it where it's written is sometimes it's just too hard to read. It's too many ledger lines. So a lot of times composers will just do that. Oops. To help, so you can see it, and then you can see that line carries all the way there. So the left hand, if I'm starting from the beginning with the left hand, it starts like this. Measure 3, measure 4, now measure 5 is different. Lovely. Stop checking it out. Give it a second. Let me see if I can send you guys a message in here. I wonder if there's a way to do this. Okay. Yes. Yes. You can hear me now? Yes. Okay. Hi. Okay. Let me get the chat going again.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My computer just quit Zoom, and then it signed me back on. This is very exciting. Okay. So I don't know how much time we have before it freezes again. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But the important thing about passing parade is that it goes down the octave at measure 9. So make sure you do that when you're playing it, okay? It's a big effect. There's also measure 4. It seems like every time I share the screen, my computer freezes, so I'm just not going to share the screen right now. Measure 7 and 8, there's a crescendo. So 7 and 8. You crescendo into that lower left hand, okay? That's a big moment. I would circle measures 7 and 8. And then you just decrescendo to the end. It's a very exciting piece because of those dynamics. So that's the big thing I would say for passing parade: dynamics, dynamics, dynamics. Keep it light. Keep that staccato light. Okay. Those are the pieces. That's the important thing I want you to take away is practicing staccato, and then in the piece in Olson 3A, the legato piece, the second one. What's it called? My brain. Song is the opposite. So you have one piece. I do not have lower keys in my keyboard. Okay. Thanks, Rio. So if your keyboard is too small to reach down here, just stay here. Do what you can. You know, we don't all have a piano here. So if your piano doesn't stand, just stay here. But just make it much louder if you can there. And again, I'm sitting
Okay.
here with a beautiful piano. I get to do all these articulation things, lots of fortes and pianos, and you might have a keyboard that can barely do that. So do your best. What I'm trying to, and you might not have a keyboard right now. I know some of you still don't have keyboards. What I'm trying to do is for you, the pianist, to get all the clues from a piece of music before you start learning it. Look at all the clues first. Look at the dynamics. Look at the staccatos. Look at the rests. Look at if the right hand is louder than the left hand. Look at all that first so that the minute you start playing the piece, you start doing it musically. It's not just about learning notes and then learning loud and soft later. It's about being musical from the first note that you play. So if that means with your piano, you have to stay within 2 octaves and you pretend that you're playing one part louder, then you just pretend. It's the best we can do right now. The final thing would be the scale, the E major scale. I have not put that up yet on Canvas. It would be E major scale. E major has 4 sharps. In case you can't hear me when I write this, major scale has 4 sharps. It's page. Where's your other book? Hold on. In your intermediate musicianship book, it's page 15 of your intermediate musicianship book. Page 15 is E major, 4 sharps, F, C, G, and D sharp. So it's the same fingers as like G major and C major and D major. The only thing to watch out for is just all those sharps. It's hard to remember them, and make sure that your hands are high enough and not too low. So when you reach for the sharps, you're not trying to get up there, so that you have your hands high enough. That's just 1 octave. And then remembering that when you do 2 octaves, I still have those sharps in the 2nd octave. That's the hard thing to remember. Coming down, 3, 4, 3. So negotiating all those sharps, those black notes, having your hands go up and down in the black notes, so that when we do go faster, you don't feel like you're going like this. Just making it one even line. If I want to play it that fast, I want it to be as even as possible. If I can't do that evenly, then I can't play it that fast. You don't have to play it that fast. This tempo. What's so great about practicing scales is you practice playing inside and outside of black notes, and it works really well together. I feel like I'm about to start freezing. Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, good. Questions right now. I just talked a lot. We had a lot of like freezing breaks. Questions that people have. You can either.
Are we gonna have a assignment to turn in by the end of spring break, or is this gonna be in like 2 weeks?
This is gonna be in like 2 weeks. Maybe I'll add some more stuff to it, but it's not like you don't have to hand this in by the next class. So this might be. I might add some stuff. So watch for that. But this is something we're working on for a while. So no, just work on this. I might add some stuff because that is a little bit of time. But know that the next class we have, we'll be adding more. So it's not that we'll just do the same thing again. We'll be adding more, but you won't have to hand in something for the next class. Other questions?
Yes. The assignments is the quizzes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't call them quizzes. I should call them assignments because it's a little different because you're not like playing it live. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
More questions?
The piece, The Passing Parade. The last line, dim and molto. What does it mean?
Okay. At the very bottom line here, it says
Yes.
dim molto. Okay. Dim is short for diminuendo, which means to get quieter. And then
Oh,
molto, like very much. Like, so very quickly you're going to get quieter. A lot of getting quieter. You're going from fortissimo to pianissimo in 4 measures. So it's going to be extreme. That's all.
to get quieter, and molto means more quieter, right?
Yeah. Like very much so get quieter.
Thank you.
Yes.
Molto means a lot.
Yeah. What else? What other questions do you guys have? Okay, so you can obviously ask questions, lots of questions. I'm just nervous that I'm going to freeze again. So the things to keep in mind is, well, lots of things, is make sure you do dynamics every time. Yeah, make sure you do dynamics every time. Make sure you're always starting with dynamics in your pieces, louds and softs. Dynamics are loud and softs. Make sure your right hand is louder than your left. Make sure you're following if there's staccato or legato or crescendo or diminuendo. And listen to the recordings that I have in case you forget or whatever. Just listen to those recordings. Watch this class. You can do something again. Really quickly, for those of you that still don't have keyboards, it's terrible. It's still delayed. I don't know what to say except it's the worst. I know you don't have keyboards. I know you can't hand the homework in. Again, the homework can be handed in anytime during the semester. I'm just giving you the due dates so that you can kind of stay ahead of the class. But if you feel like you're falling behind, then that's fine. Then wait or hand them in later. The other thing is, this is also from Dr. Green, and you guys may have received this email. The withdraw period from the class is extended. You can withdraw at any time until like May something, and you will get a full refund, including textbook refund. Because everyone knows that like you didn't sign up for an online class, and a piano class online is no joke. So you can still get a full refund for your class, and you can apply for the same class again with that form, and you will be granted that. So no matter what, you can repeat the class. You don't have to pay for this class, and you can repeat it in the fall because this is so absurd. So that's a big thing, actually, that's really helpful if this is getting too hard, or if we can never get these darn keyboards. The other thing, what else was I going to say? Yeah, those are the big things to remember, okay? Because this is all an experiment for all of us. Dr. Green also told us that even though officially Glendale hasn't announced it, we should assume that this class is going to stay online for the remainder of the semester, and probably your summer classes will be online for the remainder of the summer. That's the assumption. So just a thing to know about that. Louis, do you have your hand up? Hold on, you're muted. Yes.
So, quick question. Well, I think I kind of figured out when you were on the beginning of the passing parade, you'd be talking about mezzo forte and forte. That's fortissimo, right? FF is fortissimo. On your left, is that just for your left hand that you were getting quieter and harder, or for both?
Both.
Both. Okay.
If it was just for the left, it's rare when something's just for left. If it was just for the left, it would be below the left hand.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. I know it kind of looks like it, but yeah. It's for both, but the assumption, this is the part that's not written in the music, is that the right hand is just still going to be louder than the left, because the right hand still has the melody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that song Arabia,
yeah.
It was kind of dark.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I was wondering, is all his music like that, or is there anything similar like dark?
Bars towards darkness.
Let's wait it out. Do this. No, my internet actually isn't stable. Can you hear me now? Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me. I know. I know. What about now? Is it better now? Is it getting better? Now. Arabia broke the connection. Can you guys hear me? Yes. If not, I might.